Hi there, and welcome to This Day in History for March 26th. March 26th is the 85th day of the year, 86th in leap years, in the Gregorian calendar, with 280 days remaining until the end of the year. Today's word is ambivalent. This is an adjective meaning having contradictory thoughts about something or someone, like being uncertain or unable to decide about what course to follow. In other words, if you can't decide how you feel about something, you could say you're ambivalent about it. Ambivalent is a combination of the Latin prefix ambi, meaning both, with valentia, which means strength. So etymologically speaking, if you're ambivalent, you're being pulled by two equally strong things. Interestingly, though, in practice, ambivalence often arises from caring not that much either way. You might feel ambivalent about your lunch options if you have to choose between a murky stew and a flavorless tofu. Earliest documented use of the word ambivalent is 1916. I'd like to take a moment to remind you that links to my research are included in the show notes. Ask you to go ahead and click that like button. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. Stay to the end for those outtakes and let me know your thoughts in the comments. Remember that you can share this video with others by email or in your social media. And with that, we're going to start in the year 1484, when a man named William Caxton printed a translation of Aesop's Fables on March 26th. Utrecht University was founded in the Netherlands on March 26, 1636. It still exists and is one of the oldest universities in the Netherlands. This caught my eye because Utrecht is the name of an art supply company. Utrecht Art Supply makes good quality art supplies and are now part of the Blick Art Materials family, another good quality art supplier. If you're an artist, oil, watercolor, acrylic, colored pencil, pastel, you should definitely check these guys out. I've placed a link to both Blick and Utrecht in the show notes. As far as I know, however, the university and Utrecht Art Supply don't really have anything to do with each other than the name. And back to the university, Utrecht University has a motto, a Latin motto, that translates to, "May the Sun of Righteousness enlighten us." And they're speaking of the sun, the solar sun. May the Sun of Righteousness enlighten us. That sounds nice. In 1802, a group of women sent President Thomas Jefferson a 1,200-pound chunk of cheese in gratitude for his support of religious tolerance. That is a lot of cheese. I've got some cheese in my fridge, but nowhere near 1,200 pounds, I could tell you. Well, 2 years later, on March 26, 1804, President Jefferson was presented with a mammoth loaf of bread to go with the remnants of that enormous block of cheese. It became quite a party, as they also had a big old roast beef and plenty of booze, and it didn't take long for that party to descend into a noisy, drunken party. But the thing here on this story was the mammoth loaf of bread. On March 26, 1812, a political cartoon in the Boston Gazette coined the term gerrymander to describe oddly shaped electoral districts designed to help incumbents win re-election. The term gerrymandering is named after Elbridge Gerry, who, as governor of Massachusetts in 1812, signed a bill that created a partisan district in the Boston area that was compared to the shape of a mythological salamander. The term has negative connotations, and gerrymandering is almost always considered a corruption of the democratic process. The resulting district is also known as a gerrymander, and the word can also be used as a verb for the process of gerrymandering. The Book of Mormon was published in Palmyra, New York on March 26, 1830. This is the birthday of American poet and playwright Robert Frost, born March 26, 1874. He lived to the age of 88. Also the birthday of American mythologist and author Joseph Campbell, born March 26, 1904. He's probably best known for his book, The Hero with a Thousand Faces, wherein he discusses a theory of the hero's journey. He lived to the age of 83. Austrian neurologist and psychiatrist Viktor Frankel was born on March 26, 1905. He's a Holocaust survivor, but is perhaps best known for his work Man's Search for Meaning, in which he draws on his concentration camp experiences and explains, for example, the way that a prisoner imagined his future affected his longevity, and that the primary motivational force of an individual is to find meaning in life. Dr. Frankel lived to the age of 92. Another good day for birthdays. This is the birthday of American playwright and poet Tennessee Williams, born March 26, 1911. A few of his well-known works are The Glass Menagerie, A Streetcar Named Desire, Cat on Hot Tin Roof, and Night of the Iguana. He lived to the age of 71. A book called This Side of Paradise was published on March 26, 1920, launching 23-year-old F. Scott Fitzgerald to fame and fortune. This is the birthday of American lawyer and jurist Sandra Day O'Connor, born March 26, 1930, and American actor Leonard Nimoy, born March 26, 1931. Most famous for his portrayal of Spock in the Star Trek TV shows and movies, he passed away in 2015 at the age of 83. And my goodness, what a lot of birthdays today. We got James Caan, Nancy Pelosi, Richard Dawkins, Erica Jong, Diana Ross, Steven Tyler, Vicki Lawrence, Teddy Pendergrass, Martin Short, Jennifer Gray. All these folks have birthdays today, March 26, in various years, of course. The first female prisoners arrived at Auschwitz concentration camp in German-occupied Poland on March 26, 1942. The Battle of Iwo Jima ended as the island was officially secured by American forces on March 26, 1945. To follow up on his declaration in February of 1950 that he had a list of over 200 known communists in the Department of State, which he in fact did not, on March 26, 1950, Joseph McCarthy let leak an accusation that Professor Owen Lattimore was a top spy for the Soviet Union. I guess Senator McCarthy missed the Sunday school lesson the day that they taught the Ten Commandments and didn't know the one about thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor, which is a rather archaic way of saying, dude, don't lie about people. Don't tell lies on people. Don't just make stuff up about people. Unfortunately, this fiasco ruined Lattimore's career, and as with all of McCarthy's communists, no actual evidence ever surfaced to support his charges. He sure got stuff stirred up, though, didn't he? On March 26, 1953, American medical researcher Dr. Jonas Salk announced on a national radio show that he had successfully tested a vaccine against poliomyelitis, the virus that caused the crippling disease of polio. On March 26, 1997, 39 bodies were found in the Heaven's Gate mass suicides. And I think that's going to do it for us today. As always, links to my research are included in the show notes. Thank you so much for watching. Give it a like if you enjoyed this video. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. Feel free to share this if you found it interesting or entertainment. You can share this with a link in an email or through your social media so that your friends will know what you know. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time. I'll have to go tend to that in a minute. Okay, we got to make that go to sleep. We'll do that in a minute. And we'll probably leave that part out. How many times are we going to have to do this for over? Okay. So many mistakes. We're not going to go into all that. Okay. I don't know how all that's going to go together or if it's even going to make it to the video. We'll just see. That's not going to go. Yeah, we're going to cut those out. That'll all be laying on the cutting room floor. So I'll just do that whole thing over. That might not make it into the video, we'll see. Changing it up.